This is a type of budget that gets asked at higher level in the junior cert. And what happens is you get the first 3 months of the year, you're given that information and the total for it, and then you're asked to complete the remaining 9 months of the year and total it up then for the year. So you're given a list of information that allows you to complete the remaining 9 months of the year. So let's get stuck into it. So this is a budget, a plan for 2012 for the Marr family. Now this was the 2011 higher level junior certificate question. And question 1 is always a budget question. So the first point there, it says, is John expects to earn an extra 150 in overtime in July and September and expects to get a bonus of €100 in December. Now, this type of budget requires a rough worksheet. You cannot do it without a rough worksheet. And I've done one up here for myself, and this is the type of template that I love to use. I have the remaining 9 months of the year here, and I'm going to put in what John earns each month, normally, plus the additional that he's going to get. So if he earns 1,700, it just allows you to keep it mistake free if you do it this way. 1,700 for those months. Then it says in July, he's going to get an extra 150. In August, it's going to be 1,700. In September, he's going to get an extra 150 as well in overtime. And then 1,700, 1,700, and an extra 100 of a bonus in December, which is 1,800. And then I can total those up. Now, it's obviously easy for me in Excel, but I would recommend on a rough worksheet that you draw out some sort of template like this: April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and fill in the different changes that you're making underneath. That's one way of doing it. Some people who are a bit more proficient on the calculator might go, okay, I see there's 6 months in the year, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months at 1,700, plus another month at 1,850, plus another month at 1,850, plus another month at 1,800, and you get the same answer. But I think this method allows you to keep it mistake free. But whichever method you use rough work paper and write all your calculations down. If you do it all on the calculator without writing anything down, you will make mistakes and it will not be correct. So that is 15,700, and I fill that in here, 15,700. So that is I'm just going to make those numbers bigger there, bigger font size. So 15,700 is for the 9 months. The first 3 months of the year was 5,100. So I add those together to get the total for the year of 20,800. The next one is Paula will job share. Now, to job share means basically one job is split between 2 people. So she's working half her normal hours. So if her normal working week was 36 hours, she will do 18 of those hours, and someone else will do 18 of those hours. So she will job share for June, July, and August while the children are on school holidays. This will result in a 40% reduction in her salary for those 3 months, but she will return to work, full-time work, and full salary on the 1st of September. So, in April, she's going to get her full salary. In May, she's going to get her full salary. But in June, she's going to get a 40% reduction in June. And that 40% reduction works out at, just one sec, at €900. So, sorry, €900 is 60% of what she would have earned. So 40% from 1,500, €600, and she's going to get €900 for those months. And then she's going to go back up to her original salary, and there's no mention of bonuses or anything like that for Christmas. So the total there is 11,700. So let's come back and put that into our budget. 11,700. and total it up. Child benefit, there's a point on child benefit. It says the Maher household is receiving monthly child benefit, but this will be reduced by $187 per month from the 1st of October when their eldest daughter reaches 18 years of age. So they're getting $487 per month for the first 3 months of the year, and then their child is in October. It's going to turn 18, so they will no longer receive the full amount. From October, it's going to reduce by 187, so it's going to drop to €300. €300, giving a total of 3822. 3822. And I'm going to put that into the budget. 3822. And the total for the year then is 5283. So that's the total for the 9 months, total for the first 3 months, total for the year. So we'll add up the total estimate for the 3 months, and the total then is 42,833. Okay. Next point, the house mortgage. The house mortgage increased by 50 per month from the 1st of July. So from the 1st of July, it's going to go up by 50. So at the moment, it's 800, 800, 800, and then it's going to go up to 850. Now, a house mortgage might increase because the interest rates have gone up on the mortgage, or perhaps they remortgaged, which means they increase the size of their mortgage. So that gives a total for the 9 months of 7,500. 7,500. Add that here, and we get 9,900 when I add it to 2,400. Car insurance is payable monthly and will increase to $60 per month from the 1st of October, as they plan to add the daughter to the car insurance. So from the 1st of October, it's going to increase from 40 to 60. All the way across, giving a total of 420. Come back and fill that in. 420 added to 120 gives a total of 540. The annual house insurance was obviously for the year. It was paid in February. So because it covers you for the year, you don't have to pay it again. So April to December is going to be blank. So you just bring out the 840 to the total column. That there is blank. So let's add the totals. And those are correct. Okay. Household costs are expected to remain at the same level except for the month of December, when they're going to go up by 20%. So they're going to be 750, 750, 750, 750, 750, 750, 750, 750, and then they're going to go up by 20%. So they're going to increase by 150 to 900, giving a total for the 9 months of 6,900. Now I know some of you are thinking, oh, sure, the easiest thing to do there, rather than writing all that out, is multiply 750 by 8, and then work out 20% increase in 750 and add it on. Indeed, it is the easier thing to do, but you are more inclined to make mistakes. Silly mistakes is what cost people marks when they're doing the budget. So be careful of that. So take that 6,900, put it in there, add across the way to get the total. Okay. Next one. Car running costs are expected to remain at 130 per month, with an additional 200 for a service in September, and 50 for the NCT in October. So car running costs are 130 per month. 130. In September there's going to be a service, so an extra 200, an additional 200, and then an extra 50 for the NCT. 130, give me a total of 1420, and come back and add that in. 1420, and total it up for the year. The telephone costs for the 12 months are expected to be 700. So what they're telling you is the total for the year is 700. Which means that if this is 170, the total for January to March, total for January to December is 700. Well, then the remaining 9 months here must be 530. 170 plus 530 gives 700. Light and heat. Light costs are paid every second month and are expected to remain at the same level. A fill of oil of 800 euros in September is expected to be the only heating costs. So light and heat, we have in January, March. So if it's in March, it's going to be not in April, it's going to be in May of 140. It's going to be in July every second month, 140, 140 in September, and 140 in November. However, there's also going to be a fill of heating oil in September costing 800 euros. So we're going to add 800 to the 140, and that's going to become 940. So my total for the year then is 1360, and put it in there. 1360. Add across the way, so January to March plus April to December, and then add down, and I get my subtotals. Oops, the daisy. Sorry. Oops, the daisy. Just a bit AWOL there. Let's go again. Excellent. And let's get the font back in that size. Excellent. Okay. Entertainment costs. Entertainment will average at 150 per month for the remaining 9 months of the year. Now, okay, this is where I might let it slide. I could write 150 per month in each one of these, but to save a bit of time, I'll allow it slide. So we can do 150 by 9, very simply, which is 1350, plus the 400 for the first 3 months of the year, 1750. Presents is going to be a 210 on presents in the autumn, and 600 on presents at Christmas. Now, obviously I have my months done out here and they haven't told me, is it September, October? Well, when in the autumn are those presents? But it's quite a simple calculation. They're telling me for the months from April to December, there's going to be a 210 spend in autumn and a 600 spend at Christmas. So there's going to be a total of an 810 euro spend, giving a total for the year on presents of 1010. And then the Mahars are going to go on a holiday in the Mahar holiday in July is expected to cost 2,000. The balance must be paid in June. So they've already paid 500 off the holiday. The total for the holiday is 2,200. So the balance to be paid in June is the difference between those figures, which is 1,700. 500 plus 1,700 gives 2,200. And let's total up the subtotals for those months. Okay. Okay, now we're going to find the total expenditure for the 9 months and the total for the year by adding the 3 subtotals here. So fixed for the 9 months plus irregular for the 9 months plus discretionary for the 9 months. Add those three together and you get 21990. 21990. And add these three, the fixed for the year, the regular for the year, discretionary for the year, and you get 29850. 29850. Now, the way to check that that figure is right, add these three figures here and add these two across the way, and they should be the exact same figure. Now, net cash, the difference between, that's from an older question. Net cash, the difference between total income and total expenditure. So you have total income up here for the 9 months, 31,222. You've total expenditure. So positive net cash for the 9 months of 9232. 9232. And then for the year, 42,283 is the total, minus total expenditure, giving positive net cash for the year of 12,433. Now, here's the last little bit. The opening cash at the beginning of the year was 250 euros. And we know that you always bring the opening cash out to the last column, to the total column, total for the year. So that 250 gets brought out there. Now, what is the opening cash for April to December? Well, the opening cash for April to December is the closing cash at the end of March. The closing cash at the end of March, which is 3451, becomes the opening cash at the end of April. So closing for the end of March, opening for the beginning of April, 3451. 3451. And when we add these together, I'm hoping they're going to match up. 12,683 and 12,683. So this is the budget where you are given the first 3 months and you have to do the remaining 9 months. Do not ignore using a rough worksheet for the majority of the calculations. It will prevent you from making silly errors.